Whoa! Now let's talk about it. Who remember what I said when I previewed this fight? And if you don't believe what I said, it was in the video I did when it says I didn't agree with what Floyd Mayweather said about Canelo. We went over this fight, and I told you, this fight is a fight. You're going to get your money's worth. I told you about Cruz. You guys didn't know who he was, and I said that. You weren't going to know who he was, but you were going to get a fight. And just in case you thought I was lying, Davis versus Cruz. By the way, it's going to be a great fight. This is a great fight, ladies and gentlemen. You guys don't know it yet because you guys don't really know who Cruz is, the pit bull. This is a great style matchup of a fight. This is a fight I would be glad to pay for, to see. It's a much better fight to me than Rolly, to be honest. Now, my only problem is that when you allude to these things or say, hey, this guy tested positive before. So, now you get the picture. That I told you. It was a better fight than the Rolly fight. This stylistically is going to make for an exciting contest. Tank is fighting a smaller guy for the first time. He's normally the bigger guy. I mean, the bigger in power, but never really the biggest in size. So he's fighting a guy that's small, but also fights big. He fights like a mini Mike Tyson. Jab, never heard of it. He's coming right in, 2 fists to the chin, and that head, that massive dome of a head. It's hard as a rock. And he knows it. He can take a punch up top. You're going to hurt yourself hitting that head. And that's what happened in this fight. But stylistically, the fight was playing out in different tropes. Now, Tank, I felt he did what he needed to do. Tank was doing what I thought he needed to do in the fight, and I thought he was starting to come on, like in the middle rounds, and put Cruz in a position where he wanted him. I mean, Cruz landed some great punches in this fight early, but abandoning the jab made you susceptible for Gervonta to time you, turn you, and matador you. And the person who threw the most jabs was going to be Davis. But by him being a southpaw and having to hit, punch, and turn this guy and just catching him with strong shots, you're like, okay, at some point, you know, Cruz is going to give. But he didn't give. He came in more ferocious and was delivering punishing shots. He didn't throw a lot to the body, which I felt would have benefited him a lot more. But in the first round, he surprised Davis because he didn't gauge his distance good enough yet. And Cruz didn't give him time enough to figure it out. He just went after him aggressively. So he's just really pulling back, using instincts to try to get away. But he was winging his left hook and catching Davis on the side of the head. Now, Davis could take his punching power. He had no problem dealing with the punching power. He wasn't really hurt in the fight, even though he was taking shots, because this guy is pretty much small for him. I felt that the action was going back and forth. I felt in the second round, it was a very close round. That's probably one of the closest rounds, was the second round. that could have went to Cruz or Davis. Gervonta started laying some hammer down in the third round. He started tying up, leaning on the back of Cruz to try to wear him down. He started really applying himself and was landing some decent body shots that I was very impressed with. A lot of the fans didn't see some of the body shots that Tank was landing because they were coming in pretty quick. But he landed some very good body shots when he did throw them. And that made Cruz want to pay him back in the body. And he started to say, okay, maybe I need to go downstairs. But some good shots in the middle rounds was starting to work in favor of Gervonta Davis. Tank was coming on in the middle rounds, and he actually was backing up Cruz at a point in the time of the fight due to some body shots. I felt that Cruz felt those body shots, and they kind of got him in a good spot. He got under the elbow. And once he took some of those body shots, I saw him kind of back up for the first time in the fight. And normally Tank is the one that's coming forward at everybody else while they're backing up. So this made for a very good action-packed fight. Now, I want to say probably round 9 or 10, Davis hurt his left hand punching Cruz when I felt he was coming on. Throughout the fight, you could see he was using distance, using angles, letting Cruz have to reach for him as he was using his legs in the ring early. But this was going to okay, I was getting a message. Look at the reach. Look at the distance. Look at the angles that he's taking. Look how he's lunging. He's not going to really make a lot of impact there. Just take a lot of sting off of the punches when you're throwing big shots early. So this is why I gave Davis the earlier rounds. But making the fight closer as he went towards the end is when Davis got hurt, though, like I said. When he did land it straight jabs to the face, he was effective. A straight punch come in out of the high guard, but it's not really a high guard. It's more of a punches to the chest. I mean, like gloves to the chin, and following that suit, you're gonna not have a lot of success. You're gonna let Davis measure you and be able to pop shot you and turn, pop, and use his athleticism. If they was to fight again, the results would be the same. I think Tank would have won this fight if he didn't get hurt. That's what made the fight very close. He didn't know how to keep the guy off of him when he hurt his hand, and it led for like 3 rounds in a row. You saw that Cruz was able to win those rounds by just being aggressive and coming forward. And even though Tank was trying to box and turn him, it wasn't enough to me, and I had it 7-5. That's what made the fight very close on the scorecards, because he really was winning the majority of the rounds early on. So that's the way I had it looking. I know many other people, you guys see things a little differently than me. And that's cool. That's why we have these discussions. And some people are prisoners of the moment, because a lot of people didn't expect this guy to do well. I did. But others did not. So they're captivated by what they're seeing, and they're very, cheer for my guy type of thing. Like, I'm just excited. All of this is happening. So root for the underdog. And they're just happy to see an eventful fight, and they think they've seen a big upset, and then they hear the results, and then, to a casual fan, he won. But to anyone who knows boxing, we know that he didn't. Close fight, but he didn't win. If they fought again, I think if Tank don't get hurt, it's still going to be the same event. And I don't know, he might stop Cruz next fight, but I don't think there needs to be a rematch. I don't think there was enough there to warrant really a rematch. It was a good fight. With, to me, a decisive winner. The way I see things, cooler. That's good. The way I see things and the way others see it might be differently, but I would say Cruz won the event, Davis won the fight. That makes the most sense. So if you want to put it in any type of form, that's the best form to put it. Cruz won the event, Davis won the fight. So anyway, thank you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe to the page, hit that notification bell. You know, my Cash App is Carcino. If you can't hit the super chat to donate, you can donate on the Cash App all the time. It's up to you. And I'm out the door.